Hello and welcome to the Business Mindset Podcast. I'm your host, Holly Worton. I've been an entrepreneur since 1999, and I know firsthand how difficult it can be to build a business without the right mindset. This is a podcast for those of us who struggle with showing up in our business with confidence and authenticity, who resist taking big action because of fears and doubts, who know deep down that it's possible to create something bigger, and yet you're not. This podcast combines powerful strategies on how to upgrade your business mindset along with practical business tips to grow your business more easily in a way that feels aligned. This podcast features solo shows with me and also interviews with inspiring women entrepreneurs from around the world, including my monthly co-hosted episodes with Joe Casey. My goal is to help you grow your business more quickly and easily by transforming your mindset. For me, mindset work is a lifelong practice, and I want to help you make a habit out of mindset work. Thank you so much for joining us today. Now, let's get into this week's episode. Hello and welcome to the Business Mindset Podcast, episode 269. This is your host, Holly Worton, and I'm back with another solo episode. Today, I'm going to talk about how to unleash your inner expert. I believe that all of us, if not most of us, are an expert in something. And if you're an entrepreneur, if you own your own business, you are an expert in something, even if you may not feel like it. I asked the other day in my Facebook group, what are you an expert in? And I was really happy to see that several people chimed in and answered the question. Because I think so often we're afraid to step up and say, this is my thing, this is my zone of genius, this is what I'm an expert in. So that's what we're going to talk about today. This is actually really inspired by a recent retreat that I went on with a friend of mine where we basically just holed up in our house for a few days and ate and did lots of channeling and PSYCH-K and mindset stuff and really dug deep and really pushed each other to step out of our comfort zones. So as a result of that, I have like a massive action plan and 20 pages of notes because that's what we do for fun. And I also have more clarity on my own business message because I finally realized that I had fallen into the trap about talking about the method and not the end result. So, it's like they say, if you're an NLP practitioner, don't say you're an NLP practitioner, talk about what you help people with. And that can be really hard to get clarity. Trained in a ton of stuff. PSYCH-K, as you know, has been my big thing for years. Now I'm working with heart-centered energy work, also using PSYCH-K when it's appropriate. But I've been focusing on the method, not so much the technique, but the business mindset stuff. But like we were saying, no one wants to work on their business mindset necessarily. I think not everyone gets the importance of that. What they want is the end result, whether that's more clients or a successful business or more money or whatever. And it's really been challenging for me to kind of distill down the main thing that I work with people on because we work on a number of things. But really what it comes down to is unleashing your inner expert. So tapping into that thing that you are an expert in, tapping into your zone of genius, and really stepping up and owning that space. So business mindset is super important, but it's the means to the end, which is stepping up as an expert and sharing your message with the world and really owning your knowledge and your experience and your expertise. So today's episode is going to focus on how to unleash your inner expert. You have an expert hiding inside of you. You just need to let it out there so everyone else can see it. And to me, this goes beyond the simple concept of visibility. It's about standing in the space of I know this, and I know enough, and I'm good enough to share my message. And a lot of the work that I've done with myself and a lot of the work that I've done with clients over the years is all about being good enough and knowing enough today, as you are right now today, to share your message and to step up and be visible with your business. So to me, this is so much deeper than that guru marketing bullshit. It's not about saying, oh, I'm a such and such guru. It's about showing up and owning that space and embodying your expert self. So today we're going to talk about what is an expert and why would you want to be seen as one? What you need to do to unleash your inner expert and really tap into it and step up as that thing that you are an expert in. So I hope you find this interesting and useful. I'm going to be talking a lot more about this in future episodes, but also in the Facebook group and on Patreon. So I want to start making it clear that I'm working with people to help them unleash their inner expert and step out into the world. And I really want to kind of focus the community around that and help encourage people to really step up and own that space. So let's get started. So what is an expert? An expert is someone who is very knowledgeable about or skillful in a particular area. That's it. And when I talk about stepping up as an expert and being seen as an expert in your field, I'm not talking about being the expert. There can be many experts in a field. There can be many business mindset experts. There can be many sales experts. There can be many experts of all kinds. And I think this is really important to call out because I think a lot of people get caught up in saying, well, I can't step up as an expert because I'm not the number one person in the world in this. Maybe there's someone out there that's better than I am. In fact, I might know people who are better than I am at this thing. So you don't need to be the absolute number one best person in the world. You don't need to be the expert in your field. You just need to be an expert. And this is important not just because it really trips people up, but because I really believe there's no such thing as competition. So if there are 10 experts in a thing like business mindset or money mindset or whatever, different people are going to resonate with different people. So it's good that there are multitudes or multiple experts in a certain field because we need different perspectives on things. So hopefully that concept of not being the expert but being an expert will help you realize that this is doable and it's something that you can do. So why would you want to be seen as an expert? Now, because clients are going to be attracted to that. You are an expert in the thing that you do. So it's not like you're going to be pretending to be someone that you're not. And think about the times that you have bought a book or a product or signed up for a service. Would you rather buy that book or sign up for that service from someone who looks like an expert in their field or just someone who's just getting started or doesn't really know that much? By showing up as an expert and saying, hey, I know what I'm doing, I know my stuff, and I can help you, that gives potential clients a sense of trust and a sense of confidence in the possibility of you helping them with the thing that they've come to you for help with. So I think it's really valuable to be able to show up with that confidence of an expert because it gives your clients the confidence that you will help them get the results that they want. This may be common sense to most people, but I feel like it's important to spell it out. It really gives people a sense of trust that you're going to help them. More so than if you were just, one more person who was kind of good at this thing. So what are the steps to showing up as an expert and being seen as an expert? And I think this is a journey. I think the expert is there within you based on all of your life experience, all of your professional experience, all of your spiritual experience, all of your work that you've done. And I think this is about just taking this multitude of experiences that you have and realizing the value in your life, your experiences, your knowledge, and really growing into that expert. Sometimes it takes time to peel off the layers of doubt and all of the buts and all of the fears and all of the blocks so that you can, little by little, step by step, allow yourself to step up into your expert self. And, the end result is that you become the expert, you're seen as the expert, you're stepping up as the expert, you're filling that space, you're owning it, you're embodying it. But sometimes it takes time to grow into that. So I think that for business owners like us who have a big message, who want to get our message out into the world, we really need to own the stuff that we're good at because it serves no purpose to play small and to not step up into our greatness. the greatness of our experience, of the stuff that we know. It's like that Marianne Williamson quote that people share all the time, and I'm going to say it now because I think it's worth sharing again. So the quote is, and this is from the book A Return to Love, Reflections on the Principles of A Course in Miracles by Marianne Williamson. And the quote says, "Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people will not feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine, as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us. It is in everyone, and as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others." End quote. So think about this in terms of stepping up as an expert. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful. We are afraid of our light. And we say, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Who are we to be an expert? Who am I to be an expert? But as I've said, there's not just one expert in your field. There can be many. And by stepping up and by shining your light and by embodying that expert space, you're lifting up other people, you're inspiring other people, and you're making yourself visible so that you can help the people that you are here to help, that you are meant to help, that you're supposed to be helping with your business, if you could just get out there enough for people to know who you are. And I've talked about this before, but I really think that as business owners who want to help people, it's our responsibility to make ourselves visible enough for people to find us, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to help people. So in order to step up as an expert, we need to be willing to take up space. We need to be willing to take up space online. We need to be willing to take up space in the market. We need to be willing to take up space with our energy and send our energy out there so that we can connect with our ideal clients. So how do you make that happen? Like I said, I think this is absolutely a journey. It's not something that you just wake up and boom, the light switch goes on and you're an expert. You are, but you need to take time to step up into that and to grow into that, even though the expert is within you. So I think it's a combination, as usual, of mindset work and practical action. That's what it's always going to be about with me. So what do you need to do? How do you need to work on your mindset? What do you need to believe? Now, this is going to be different for everyone. Everyone's going to have their own kind of flavor of mindset upgrades that they need to step up into their expert self. But I think the starting point is understanding that you already have all the knowledge you need. You just need to believe in yourself. You need the confidence to show up as an expert. You need the self-esteem to show up as an expert. You need to value your knowledge, yourself, your expertise, your experience so that you can step into and embody your expert self. So to go into some of the 15 categories of belief upgrades, belief change. First one is action and goals. So do you believe in your ability to take the action that you need to take to step up as an expert? Do you believe in your ability to change and grow into your expert self? Do you believe that you can attract the clients that you want, your ideal clients? Do you believe that you can help them? Do you have the confidence in yourself and your abilities and your knowledge? Do you trust yourself to do the deep work with clients? Do you see yourself as a leader? Because if you're stepping up as an expert in your field, you're effectively becoming a leader in your area of expertise. Can you hold that energy? Can you embody that energy? Do you see yourself as a leader? Do you believe that you are a leader, that you can become a leader? That is super, super important. And I think that's something that a lot of new entrepreneurs struggle with because they might not see themselves as a leader, even though they are stepping up as that with their business. And there's a lot of issues with personal power because by stepping up as an expert, that involves tapping into your personal power and really owning it. So what are your beliefs about your sense of personal power and your ability to have the power to step up as a leader? And a lot of people see the word power as being negative because it can be used wisely and it can be misused. And too often we hear stories of people who are misusing power. So we can shy away from it or be afraid of it. But tapping into your personal power is a necessary part of stepping up as an expert. Do you have the vision, the clear vision of you embodying your leader self? What does that look like for you? Do you believe that you can achieve that vision? And what beliefs do you need to have so that you can get from here to there? What are your beliefs around success? Do you believe that you can be a successful entrepreneur as an expert in your field? And do you value your knowledge, your expertise, your experience? How's your self-worth? And finally, visibility. Like I said, this is stepping up as an expert is about more than visibility, but what are your fears around visibility? Are you afraid that if you step up as an expert, people are going to say, who does she think she is? She really doesn't know anything about that. She doesn't know enough about that. Who does she think she is to be teaching other people or helping other people? A lot of people have fears around that. What will they think? What will they say? So when you think about yourself stepping up as an expert in your field and really owning that space, what does that look like to you? What would you be doing on a given day, a weekday, a weekend day? Once you have stepped up as an expert in your field and you're really owning that space, what does your life look like? What do you see yourself doing? What do you hear yourself saying to yourself? What do you hear other people saying to you? How do you feel? Really tap into that feeling of being an expert. What does that feel like? Does it feel expansive? Does it feel exciting? Does it feel thrilling? And what stuff comes up for you when you think about this? When you see yourself living your expert life? What fears come up? What blocks come up? What limiting beliefs come up? What buts come up? Do you think, yes, but I'm not as good as that other person I know? But I just don't have the time. But I don't have the energy. But I don't know enough. What are the buts that come up as you think about embodying your inner expert? This is really important stuff to get clear on so that you can help clear the mind crap that's standing in the way of you unleashing your inner expert and sharing your message with the masses. And think about that. If you were to share your message with the masses internationally, all over the world, how does that feel? Does that scare the crap out of you? Or is that exciting? Because if it scares you, there's stuff there that you need to look at. Because even if you don't want to share your message with the masses, even if you don't want to share your message internationally, even if you would be happy with just being your local go-to person for whatever it is that you do, clearing any fears and blocks and limiting beliefs and buts that you may have around sharing your message with the masses, clearing that crap will help you share your message with your local community. Because oftentimes it's the same stuff, but on a smaller scale that prohibits you from even getting out there in a small way. So dialing up your vision, dialing up your dream, and really making it big and juicy and scary will help you to dig up all the mind crap that you need to clear to help yourself to get out there just a little bit beyond your comfort zone. So own the stuff that you're really good at. Make a list of it. Look through testimonials. Get new testimonials if you don't have any fresh ones or if you don't have any. And really dig that stuff up. Get clear on what it is that you are an expert in. And then start talking about it. Start sharing it with other people. There are so many ways for you to express your expertise. Choose your format. You can write, you can film, you can speak, you can write a book, you can write a blog, you can be a podcast, host your own podcast, you can be a guest on other podcasts, you can create a YouTube channel or do live videos on Facebook. Start a membership group and start helping people in there. There are so many ways for you to share your expertise and help other people in terms of free content and in terms of making money as an income stream. So think about what comes naturally to you and start expressing your expertise online and in person. It doesn't all have to be online. And think about what comes up as I'm saying this stuff. If I say, write a book so that you can be seen as an expert, what crap comes up for you? If I say, start your own podcast so that you can express your expertise, what are the buts that come up? Oh, but I don't have a good voice. No one wants to hear me. I don't have anything to say. Clear that stuff. If you think about starting a blog on your website or writing more frequent blog posts, what comes up for you there? When you think about doing videos, what comes up? Do you think, yeah, but my hair's not that great. I need a new haircut, need to lose some weight. Need to get some new clothes, can't possibly do it in my home, I need a fancy backdrop. Clear that crap. And when you think about starting a membership group around your area of expertise, what comes up for you there? Do you think, oh, I couldn't possibly get enough people together? People won't be interested in what I have to say and what I have to offer. What's the stuff that comes up for you when you think about that? Clear that crap. And I think when we share our message, and we really own our expertise, that can help us magnetize ourselves to our ideal clients. And there's so many ways to do that. Like I said, there's so many different forms of content. There's so many different ways to express your expertise, online and offline. The important thing to recognize is the expert is there within you. You're simply drowning it out with your fears, your blocks, your limiting beliefs, your buts, but it's there. So this is one of the things, as I said, that I'm going to be talking about more in the Facebook group and on Patreon. And I would love for you to join me in there because I really want to help people unleash their inner expert through the different ways that I'm helping people in Patreon. So as I've mentioned this before, I've got a bunch of different tiers. There's a price point for everyone. I include Q&As where I will answer your question. I include exclusive audio files based on topics I've discussed on this podcast and other things. I include copies of my business mindset books. I include heart-centered energy work, PSYCH-K work, business belief work for the group. And I'm also going to be working with the group on helping them to unleash their inner expert. So if you think this is something that would be interesting and useful and something that you could use, I would love to see you in there. For the first 10 people who join, I am including extra business belief work and business mindset work. So even if you join at the $1 a month level, for the next month, I will be including all the extra stuff, the extra heart-centered energy work from the $22 a month tier and the PSYCH-K work from the $55 a month tier. So you will get all of that stuff to help you unleash your inner expert. So I would love to see you on Patreon. Again, if you sign up, even at the $1 a month point, you will get the extra stuff for the next month, because I really want to jumpstart helping people to unleash their inner expert. So please let me know if you have any questions about Patreon or anything else, and drop me a line and let me know what you thought of this week's episode. And you can also drop me a line and let me know what you are an expert in, either in the Facebook group or by email. You can email me at holly@hollyworton.com or find me online and let me know there. I would love to know what you're an expert in. And I would love to see you owning that. I really, really liked it in the Facebook group when people showed up and said, I'm an expert in this. So if you head over to Patreon, since I didn't share that link with you, it's patreon.com, patreon.com/Holly Worton. You can find me there and join. Membership starts at just $1 a month, and I would love to help you unleash your inner expert. So, thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a quick review on Apple Podcasts or iTunes. It would mean the world to me, and I will be back again next week with another episode. Have a great week. Thank you so much for listening to the Business Mindset Podcast. You can find more information about today's episode, including links for the topics that were discussed, at hollyworton.com. If you'd like to connect with other listeners and learn more about business mindset, join my private community for entrepreneurs at hollyworton.com/group. That will redirect you to the Facebook group. And if you enjoyed this episode, please remember to head over to iTunes and leave a quick review of this podcast. It just takes a minute. Thank you so much.